So CVs are really weird. Like, everyone knows that you need to have one, but no one ever really tells you when you need to start doing the things you're gonna put in your CV and what these things are. So in this video, we'll actually be covering those things. We'll be covering what it is that needs to be in a good CV, and when and where can you start doing these things so that you can put yourself in the top 10% of the candidates of whatever you're applying for. Stick around if this is relevant to you. Hello everyone, and welcome to I Know You Know, your one-stop knowledge-sharing platform for all things careers, life after high school, as well as opportunities that are available to you. Thank you so much for clicking into this video. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so that you can see when we have the next video up. And if you've been here, thank you so much for continuing to share our content and to like our videos. And so, as you've seen by the title and heard in the intro video, we will be talking about how to have a good CV. Now, a lot of tips out there about putting together a CV advise you on how to make it look professional, how to make sure that it's neat, blah, 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 blah. Now, those things are important, right? But we think that more importantly, a lot of people struggle with what to put in the CV and how to get the things that you're gonna put in the CV that are gonna make you stand out. So that's what this video will be covering. And without any further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, why are we even putting together a CV? I mean, we all know you're putting it together to get into some opportunity, but what message are you trying to communicate, or what is the company or organization trying to learn about you through your CV? So firstly, they actually want to see if you have the skills that are required for the role that they have. So this will be whatever skills are relevant to that industry, and to see if you have personally worked or done or used or honed these types of skills. So secondly, the second thing they'll actually be trying to see is if you've actually worked in a team before and have actually worked towards a certain goal and added value before. Now, they'll be considering things like, have you worked in a team? Do you have good communication skills? Do you have transferable skills that allow you to achieve something with a group of people? Because remember, at the end of the day, any workplace really is just a team working towards a particular goal. So over and above the skills that they need for that specific job, they'll be looking to see that you are able to work as part of a team and actually be a team player. So those are some of the things that they'll be looking at. So just a quick example of some of the things they'll be looking at in this particular field would be like, have you worked in a team before? Have you taken responsibility? Have you been in a leadership role before? What are your communication skills like? I mean, they go as far as in interviews asking you such questions like, think of a time when you've had to navigate conflict before. How did you go through it? How did you go about it? Now, while this might not necessarily be documented in your CV, the point is they are trying to really understand how you work in a team and what value you add to a team. So in order to build a great CV, really the essence of it is really to showcase how you have the skills that are necessary for the company that you're applying for, and how you have personally worked in a team before or in a group context where you achieved something together. So it's really just a show off to show the times you've done this. So to build a great CV then, the activities you would need to do would be to join organizations, volunteer for stuff, put yourself in a position where you can actually be exposed to some of these skills, some of these transferable skills where you have to communicate with other people, where you actually have to take up a leadership role. And by so doing, you'll actually then gain things to add to your CV. But I'll give you a bit of a breakdown of how to actually do this in a while. So last but not least, you would then need to start building your portfolio and actually recording your level of involvement in these organizations. So now that you've identified the type of skill that you need, you've already identified the activities that will help you hone these skills, you then need to find a way to document these activities. So it will depend on your industry. So for example, if you want to be a town planner or you're in architecture, your portfolio might actually include things like drawings or relevant documents that you have put together to you that are relevant to your field. If you want to be a designer, your portfolio might include a couple of designs done by you. If you want to be a consultant, or you want to work in some corporate environment, you might actually document a time when you actually solved some cases, or a time when you organized something or applied the skills that are necessary for whatever career that you want to get into. Another thing you should do is to actually practice how you contributed to a particular goal, because those are some of the things that they will be asking in an interview context. So as you're thinking of the things to put in your CV, you must also think about how you explain what your role was, what was the goal that the team was trying to achieve, and how did you personally contribute towards that goal. They don't want to know what you all did as a group or what you all achieved as a group. They actually literally want you to say, we had to plan an event and I was responsible for ensuring that all the artists were booked, for ensuring that all the refreshments were ordered, and I spoke with the stakeholders to ensure that all of these things are in place. So they actually want practical tips of how you personally contributed to the goal. So there you have it. Your CV is not just about your qualifications and your schooling. It is also got a lot to do with your exposure and what you have personally been able to achieve. So it will be looking into things like where you've been taking responsibility and where you have taken leadership role and what role or value you have added to the organizations that you have personally been a part of. So this is a prompt for you to get involved in your community, get involved in different organizations, get involved in different volunteering programs, so that you can actually put yourself as one of the front runners in whatever application that you have or want to apply for, in whatever opportunity that you have or want to apply for. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please share this information with the person you think this will be relevant to. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Goodbye.